Section 1. The Seed of 9 Mile. In the lush, rolling hills of St. Anne Parish, a small village named 9 Mile rests quietly. It was here, on February 6, 1945, that a story destined for the world began. Robert Nesta Marley was born to a young Jamaican woman, Cedella Booker, and to Captain Norval Sinclair Marley, a much older white Jamaican man of British descent. His beginnings were simple, rooted in the earth of rural Jamaica. Life in 9 Mile was a world away from the clamor of the city. It was a place of community. Music was not in grand halls, it lived in church hymns, and in the work songs that drifted across the fields under the warm Caribbean sun. This was the first music Bob ever knew, pure and honest. It planted a seed in his young soul. Bob's early years were shaped by the rhythms of this pastoral existence. His mixed-race heritage set him apart from the other children in the village, giving him an early lesson in what it meant to be an outsider. Though sometimes isolating, it fostered introspection and a unique perspective on the world. He learned to look within, to find his own strength and identity. His mother, Cedella, was a strong and loving presence, providing a stable foundation rich in spirit, if not in wealth. His father was largely absent, a ghost in the narrative of Bob's childhood. He leaned on community elders. Stories, folklore, and faith became his teachers. In the mid-1950s, Cedella moved her young son from the quiet hills of 9 Mile to Kingston. They settled in Trenchtown, a government yard known for hardship, yet brimming with creative energy. It was loud, crowded, often dangerous, a crucible where resilience was forged and dreams were born. Life here was a school of hard knocks, part classroom, mostly streets and yards. He learned to be tough, to hold his own, earning the nickname Tough Gong. Music was lifeblood, escape, expression, hope, played on whatever instruments they could find. The vibrant, raw culture drew Bob to its center. He bonded with Bunny Wailer and soon with Peter Tosh. They harmonized for hours. Mentored by Joe Higgs, they learned harmony, songwriting, and discipline. American R&B beamed in by radio mingled with ska and rocksteady, the soundtrack of Bob's adolescence. 1963 marked a pivot. Bob, Bunny, Peter, the Wailers, guided by Joe Higgs. Simmer Down hits #1 in early 1964 and launches them across Jamaica. They recorded dozens. Ska slowed, reggae emerged, their trio blend became unmistakable. Bob embraced Rastafari, black pride, spiritual consciousness, roots in Africa, infusing the music with purpose. With Lee Perry they crafted bass-heavy, atmospheric reggae. Duppy Conqueror, 400 Years, Small Axe, anthems of resistance. Chris Blackwell saw global potential and offered a bold island deal. Released in 1973, Catch a Fire introduced the Wailers to the world, polished yet soulful. Critical acclaim put reggae on the world map. Burnin' pushed further. Clapton's cover took I Shot the Sheriff to #1, amplifying Marley's voice. As fame grew, so did his influence in a divided Jamaica, torn by politics and street violence. He agreed to headline the Free Smile Jamaica concert for unity. 2 days before the show, 7 armed men stormed his home. Bob, his wife Rita, his manager Don Taylor, and a friend were shot and wounded. Miraculously, all survived. The attempt underscored the danger of his role as cultural and spiritual leader. Despite injuries, he performed an electrifying 90-minute set for 80,000. He answered why. The people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. How can I? He went into self-imposed exile in London. There he created Exodus and Kaya, blending love, faith, and revolution. In 1978, he returned for the One Love Peace concert, another bid for unity. Mid-song, he called Prime Minister Michael Manley and opposition leader Edward Seaga on stage and raised their hands together. a living symbol of reconciliation. It transcended music and politics. Bob was a prophet of peace. His global stature peaked with "Survival," his most overtly political statement. The songs became anthems for freedom. When Zimbabwe gained independence, Marley performed at the official celebration. Baptized in 1977 into the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, he received the name Birhane Selassie, Light of the Trinity. His connection to Africa deepened, bringing strength and clarity. Uprising felt like a culmination, from the dance of Could You Be Loved to the acoustic sermon of Redemption Song. The Uprising Tour broke records across Europe. After 2 shows at Madison Square Garden, he collapsed while jogging in Central Park. The toe cancer found in 1977 had metastasized. His last concert in Pittsburgh was courageous and poignant. The prophet of exodus and survival now faced his final journey, faith unwavering. He sought unconventional treatment in Bavaria, but the cancer was too advanced. Wishing to return to Jamaica, his condition worsened mid-flight, and the plane diverted to Miami. There, at 36, the king of reggae passed away. May 11, 1981. Shockwaves of grief circled the world. Jamaica honored him with a state funeral. He was laid to rest in 9 Mile, returning to the hills where his journey began. In death, his voice grew louder, his message more universal. Legend became one of the best-selling albums of all time, a gateway for millions. His image and songs reverberate from street art to cafes to protest squares across the globe. His music became the soundtrack to struggles for freedom, then and now. Artists of every genre continue to carry his songs forward. Ziggy, Damien, and the Marley family carry his musical and spiritual mission. Decades on, Bob Marley's spirit remains vibrant. His songs remind us to stand up, believe in one love, and free our minds.